Welcome back to the Gist English Masterclass. If you've ever tried to tell a story in English and found yourself feeling mixed up when choosing between the different past tenses, you are not alone. It's a common hurdle to face when deciding between I did and I was doing. To navigate this, we are going to look at grammar through a new lens. Telling a natural-sounding story about the past is very similar to directing a scene on a movie set. Every compelling movie scene needs two very specific elements working together. First, you need a long, continuous background setting to establish what is happening. Then, you need a sudden, short action that enters the frame. Visualizing your stories as movie scenes offers a different way to look at past tenses. Instead of memorizing dry rules, we are focusing on the picture you want to paint, which helps make English communication more intuitive. Let's start by setting up the first essential element of our scene, painting the background. To do this, we use the past continuous tense. This diagram shows the precise formula we need to build that background. You simply take your subject, add the word was or were, and attach an ing to the end of your verb. Here on our movie set, we see this in action. Our actor is sitting on the couch, continuously turning the pages of her book. We describe this by saying, I was reading. That structure represents a long action that takes time to unfold. Without this extended background action, your listener lacks context. The past continuous gives your story a setting, placing the person listening directly into the room with you. Now we need the second narrative element, a short, sudden event that interrupts our background scene. This is where we use the simple past tense. To connect these two events together, we use a specific trigger word. That word is when. So while our long background action is actively happening, a very brief, sudden event occurs. The phone rings. This equation shows how we combine both halves into a single, cohesive master sentence. I was reading when the phone rang. Look at how they work together. The first half provides the continuous background scene. The second half delivers the sudden interruption. This specific combination of tenses is exactly how native speakers clearly report a sequence of events. Whether you are explaining a problem at work or just telling a casual story, this structure ensures your listener knows exactly what interrupted what. Sometimes your story doesn't have an interruption at all. Instead, you need to describe two long background actions happening at the exact same time. To link these simultaneous actions, we use a different vocabulary word, while. This layout maps the new structure. By using our linking word, we connect two past continuous phrases seamlessly. While I was reading, he was cooking. Notice what is on screen. There is no short action and no simple past verb in this sentence. The word while is your tool for establishing parallel storylines. It ensures your listener understands that both actions share the exact same time frame. Let's take our movie set metaphor into a practical, real-world professional environment to see how these rules help us communicate. Imagine telling a coworker, I worked when he arrived. Because you are using two simple past verbs, the sequence is unclear. Your team cannot tell if the work was already happening or if it started only after the arrival. Now let's use the interruption pattern from our movie set. I was working when my manager arrived. The background is established, the short action happens, and the sequence of events is clear. Here is the simplified rule to take with you. When is for an interruption or a short action. While is for two long actions happening at the same time. When you approach grammar like a movie director, painting a background and then calling for action, your stories become much easier for a listener to follow. Don't forget to like, share, follow, and subscribe. See you in the next class.